Welcome to the Northwest Indiana Wrestling Action Program. I'm Ken the Metal Professor. It's 10 o'clock here in Valparaiso, and normally I'm exiting the studio by now, but I had a full slate of 2 hours of music on mostly metal, and I also have this first edition of the Northwest Indiana Wrestling Action Program, mouthful, since November. And I figured, what the heck, nobody comes in the studio after me on Sunday nights. I just turn it over to the automated programming, so I'm not kicking anybody's replay off the air. So why not just hang out a little longer instead of taking a chunk of time out of mostly metal? So here I am, 10 o'clock. I'm falling asleep, but I'm sticking around for the next 40 minutes because I've got wrestling audio for you. The Northwest Indiana Wrestling Action Program. Man, I should have made a shorter name for that. It's abbreviated NWIWRAP. But if I just say NWIWRAP, I don't know if anybody knows what that is. I don't even know if anybody's listening. But it's fun for me, and that's what matters, right? So I go to wrestling shows, I bring recording gear, I record audio from the show, and I describe a little bit about what's going on so that I can bring it back and play it out for people that are interested in either reliving the night or just hearing what went on, or people that are driving around and for whatever reason can't turn their radio off. So last night in South Bend, Indiana, I went to the Goodson Event Center for the always fun Revolution Championship Wrestling. They had an event called Brutus Dillon's Birthday Bash. Their heavyweight champion was turning 34 years old, and they turned the night into one big party. You will find out whether it went well for him or not with this audio. So I'm going to play audio that compresses the first half of the show up to intermission down to about 25 minutes maybe. Then I'll break in and introduce the second half. Remember that you're listening to this on WVLP 103.1 FM in Valparaiso, Indiana. This is Ken the Metal Professor representing WVLP at 103.1 FM in Valparaiso, Indiana. I'm not in Valparaiso. I'm in South Bend, Indiana, because the Northwest Indiana Wrestling Action Program is back on the road after a 4-month hiatus. The last wrestling show I went to cover was in November. And so here we are, I think 4.5 or 5 months later, back at the same place as in November. So picking up where I left off. Tonight at the Goodson Event Center in South Bend, Revolution Championship Wrestling is putting on a show called Mr. Brutus Dillon's Birthday Bash Bonanza. I'm interested in seeing what's going to happen because last I knew, Mr. Brutus Dillon is not somebody that people would want to celebrate a birthday with. So maybe there's going to be some arm twisting. I hope there's cake. I haven't seen any yet. No cake, no cupcakes, no balloons and streamers, but no cake. What's up with that? I'm going to bring in some of the action as it happens, announce who's in the matches, at least as far as I can catch the names over the PA system. Matt Cross is a special guest tonight, so I'm looking forward to that. I'm even wearing my Matt Cross t-shirt just for extra luck. And so by the time we're done with this radio coverage of the show will have been about half an hour long because I'm just going to cut in and cut out with the highlights. And I will pipe it back up when the show begins. To start the show, the Awakening have come to the ring. A large group of people that don't seem to be liked very well. Chad Nails, Let Her Rip, Shady Chris Zion, Douglas Stout, all of them with little conical birthday hats on, given what the event is. Nelson Edward Robert Doolittle V and ERD. And more. Chad Nails is about to read off many of Brutus Dillon's accomplishments to help celebrate his birthday. I'm not picking the sound up as well in this part of the room as I did last time, so I don't know how the mic talk is going to come across. I guess I'll find out later.
Championship. He won the WTF
RCW, WTF, EHF, PWK. Championships held by Brutus Dillon. And the self-proclaimed king of Northern Indiana. Getting right to it, the birthday boy has been asked to come out. Brutus Dillon greeted warmly by his crowd in the ring, but coldly by the crowd. You think he would have dressed better for the occasion. He's got a short sleeve flannel shirt, unbuttoned a third of the way down. His birthday conical hat is not even on the top of his head, it's kind of sticking off the side. The birthday boy should be put together a little better, I think. Uh-oh, is this still a copyrighted song? Winning friends and influencing people by Brutus Dillon.
For the past 239 days, RCW Heavyweight Champion. Tonight, I'm in a fatal four-way match, and I don't even know my opponents.
The last part of the segment was very visual because Chad Nails had assembled a special video tribute to Brutus Dillon, which played for about a minute before it was taken over by an alternate video courtesy of Team Storm, which pilloried Brutus Dillon for a good length of time. There were already 9 people in the ring. Now Team Storm has come out. So there's like 16 to 18 people in and around the ring.
Why am I out here making matches when that wasn't part of the deal, right? I got another present for you, buddy. I think you need these. Grab that. It says, and I quote, Mr. Brutus Dillon, we're informing you that after reviewing contracts of the former board members, Kevin Storm and yourself are actually 40% owners apiece and Melissa is the remaining 20%, which means Mr. Kevin Storm is now allowed to make matches. What is this? You gotta be kidding me, right? Signed and sealed.
What's you talking about, boss?
It says,
you realize it's not here for Bulls Day, right?
what this is the official release of Kevin Storm back to physical activities.
Since it won't be until later when I can go back and review the recordings that I'll know whether or not the microphone was picked up pretty well so that you could understand anything that just happened to open the show. But to recap, Brutus Dillon's birthday party didn't go as well as he thought. Kevin Storm came out with his group to give him a couple of birthday presents, including a legal notice that Kevin Storm now has matchmaking abilities in RCW. And number two, that Kevin Storm is now clear to return to action. Brutus Dillon is involved in a fatal four-way for the RCW Heavyweight Championship later in the show. As the main event, he didn't know his opponents. Kevin Storm announced they would be Anthony Lee and Drew Skills and a person to be named later, with the announcement that Kevin Storm is now cleared. There's the first actual action of the evening in this fatal four-way for the RCW Tag Team Championships that Kevin Storm set up before he left the floor. The fatal four-way goes on. We got the Young Studs, the Entitled, Chad Nails and Let Her Rip against the Shaman and his partner, and I know I've seen his partner before, but I can't remember his name. This is a fatal four-way, meaning that anybody from any tag team can tag in just by tagging somebody else. Let Her Rip just backed up his opponent into his own corner. Chad Nails reached out and slapped Let Her Rip's opponent on the back. Now, technically, according to the fatal four-way rules, that probably should have been a tag, and the ref should have made Chad Nails go in the ring and fight his own partner for a little bit. But they've overlooked the technicality. That would have been fun, though. Save that for next time, guys. And we have a winner. It's the Entitled. So they've retained. They look pretty happy about it, of course. The crowd's not, but they are. Ring announcer Greg Hansen up in the ring to let us know what's up. Last time I saw him, I think he had crutches, so I'm glad to see him hopping up into the ring like that. So here we have Theo Storm against Scotty Young for the RCW No Limits Championship. Theo's in the ring, giving his opponent a nice round of applause. So hopefully this will be a nice sportsman-like match. Right? For the Brutus Dillon birthday celebration, there are helium balloons attached to every corner of the ring on the ring post. And so when the wrestlers are entering the ring and they run and jump into the corner and jump up on the ropes in the turnbuckle, they kind of have to dodge from side to side to be seen around the balloons. They're working it out. Even a nice sportsmanlike handshake to start the match off. And a mean shoulder tackle by Scotty Young right away. And Theo says, "I shook your hand, man, and that's how you do me?" A good snack. Theo Storm has Scotty Young a little bit dazed. Theo's getting himself psyched up. Theo was going for his springboard stunner, but Scotty caught him from behind. Dropped him on the mat. Now both of them are down. Scotty Young had Theo down for a pin, but Theo did a somersault up and over. Got his weight leveraged on top of Scotty Young and got a 3 count. Scotty's not happy about that. Sorry, Scotty, it was legit.
Let's give it up for Scotty Young.
Sparks has given up about 60 pounds to his opponent. For a while, he was making it up in sheer energy. That did him well for a while, but eventually Richard Wright wore him down. But now Sparks is coming back a little bit. 3 pinfall attempts on Wright in a row, none successful. Just took Sparks down with an elbow. There's a fine line between a cross body block and just recklessly flinging your entire body at your opponent sideways. And John Sparks crossed that line a minute ago. He gave it all up, but it didn't pay off. He's down again. Richard Wright just had somebody hand him what JR would call an international object. Clonked Sparks in the head with it, and a 3 count with no contest. After Jorge Bravo got introduced, he was making his way to the ring, and without being introduced, his opponent rushed out from the curtain and clobbered Jorge from behind and rolled him into the ring to get this match started. Because he didn't get a chance to start the match off normally, Jorge was getting handled for a while, but he's making a comeback. I'm again in the position of not having the name of his opponent at hand. I know it's somebody that I saw here at the last show in November, but his name just isn't coming to me, and I don't have a match list. So at least for a while, he will be known as Jorge Bravo's opponent. Doesn't matter what his name is, because he lost. Jorge Bravo with the 3 count. I'm just being silly. It does matter. I'm going to find out what his name was. I don't want to give him a short deal here.
Lou Sevens.
A little surprise here, which I think is before intermission. Greg Hansen invites Ox Baker Jr. to come out. So it's not intermission. And what you heard right before this announcement for the next match, where Blake Money Wright has come out to the ring, the reason Ox Baker Jr. came out was to give a tribute to Ref Randy, who is one of the favorites in this regional wrestling scene for a long time. Everybody loved him. He passed away over the holidays, and multiple different organizations have been doing tributes to him. Ox Baker Jr. had Ref Randy's son and grandkids in the ring, gave him a plaque. I wasn't able to capture the microphone, the talking, because it wasn't loud enough. But you got to hear the result. That was cool. So there's the man whose shirt I'm wearing. Matt Cross is in the ring to take on Blake Money Wright for the RCW Heart of the Revolution Championship. The response for Matt was kind of subdued. I'm not sure everybody knows who he is. I became aware of him as Son of Havoc during Lucha Underground, and then I've been paying attention to him ever since. I love following him on Twitter because he's always posting great pictures of the places that he's visiting, like Alaska. My personal encounter with him was at a show in Plymouth, Indiana, probably about 4 years ago, maybe 5 years ago at this point. I was just in a gym bleachers in this event center. He came running out from the back. He's very excited. I was wearing his shirt then too, I think. Or no, I was wearing the Lucha Underground shirt. And he came out. His hands were taped like a boxer's. Rock hard. Came out really excited, lots of energy, slapping hands. He came towards me. I stuck my hand out. He wound up and smacked the hell out of my hand hurt for like 4 hours after that. But it was worth it. He and Blake Wright are trading wrist holds and hand locks and arm bars to start this thing off. A little bit of anything you can do, I can do better. Through right out of the ring. He got the crowd to charge up his batteries. And suicide dive to the outside. That was Blake Wright's chest imploding. Here we go again. I won't say he was not getting the upper hand. I'll just say he was laying low for a while, waiting for his spot. And he just got a big burst. Almost got a 3 count on Blake. Some springboards and crossbody block. Now he's got the crowd going for him. Going up to the top turnbuckle in the corner while Wright is down on his knees. Standing upright, big jump. Step right onto Wright's back and then kick him in the face. And only got a 2 count out of it. Cross just hit Blake Wright with his patented shoulder springboard stunner. If you've seen him before, you know what I'm talking about. It's hard to describe. He jumps into the ropes head first, catches the top rope like on his arms and shoulders and springs backwards. Now he's up on the top turnbuckle again. Looks like he's trying for a coup de grace. Missed. But a roll up, only a 2 count. Blake hits him with a flying knee. Oh my gosh. That should not happen. Blake Wright has defeated Matt Cross. Well, good for him. I don't approve of his style, but he put it out there. That is the end of the first half of the show at RCW's event, Brutus Dillon's Birthday Bash. That's Revolution Championship Wrestling, which took place last night in South Bend, Indiana. I was there on behalf of WVLP, got all the audio, trimmed it down, and am presenting it to you here. It's the bottom of the hour here on WVLP, 103.1 FM in Valparaiso, Indiana. I'm just about to fire up about 15 or 20 minutes of audio that will complete the rest of the show, and then I'll turn it back over to the automated music. I just want to plug a couple of holes. I mentioned at one point that... who was it? Now I've forgotten the name of the other person, but I couldn't come up with the name of one of the competitors. But Jorge Bravo's opponent, as I called him, that was Lou Sevens. I actually piped up the mic and shouted his name. Sorry for the interruption at that point, if it was surprising. Also, earlier in the show, there was a 4-way tag team battle for the tag team titles. And one of the teams, I didn't know their team name. I know the Shaman is one of the two in the team, but they are the cousin brothers of Destruction. So I just wanted to set that straight. And again, I wasn't able to catch good audio, but the tribute from Ox Baker Jr. to Ref Randy, where he had Ref Randy's son in the ring to say a few words, and what I'm sure were his Ref Randy's son's kids, so Randy's grandkids, they gave him a plaque, and it was very nice. In this second half, you're going to hear, well, you won't hear because I think I skipped over it. I may have caught the ring intros, but there was one match between Hyena Hagen and Logan Myers that I think I got just the intros and the ding, ding, ding at the end with not a whole lot of stuff in between. It was a pretty short match, but in case that got missed in the mix, I wanted to make sure to highlight that. So I'm going to shush. I'm going to play half number 2, and then I'm just going to pipe everything back over to automated programming. I'm not going to yap anymore. This is the last you'll hear from me other than what's already pre-recorded for this night. If you want to catch this again, it will be posted on YouTube. Look for the Northwest Indiana YouTube channel, Northwest Indiana Wrestling Action Program, NWIWRAP. And you'll be able to find it there, along with over 100 previous episodes of this program. So here we go. On WVLP, half number 2 of Revolution Championship Wrestling's event from last night.
Representing the Awakening, Shady Christina and the self-made man, Douglas Stout. And next, coming to us out of this world, weighing 205 pounds, Jamar Jupiter. With the angel of energy, the architect of war and chaos, Second City Saint, Damian Saint!
So we have a tag team match between Shane Chris Zion and his manager, Douglas Stout, and Jamar Jupiter and his manager, Damian Saint. So it's like a couple of businessmen have brought their henchmen to beat each other up. Douglas Stout and Damian Saint both came to the ring in their suit and tie, vests even.
Little Boss Daddy, the only Mr. RCW, the future RCW Heavyweight Champion, Kevin Storm!
Kevin Storm coming out for some reason. Douglas Stout dispensed with his vest, jacket, and tie. Damian Saint got rid of his vest and jacket, but is still sporting the tie because, you know, he has some class. So it won't be Damian Saint. It'll be Kevin Storm with Jamar Jupiter against Shady Chris Zion and Douglas Stout. So Douglas Stout is now the best dressed man in the ring, even without the jacket and tie. Shady Chris and Douglas Stout have kept Jamar Jupiter in the ring for quite a while. Kevin Storm has been itching for a chance to get tagged in. This is the first chance he's had for a while. Douglas Stout is down, Jamar Jupiter is down. And Storm just got tagged in. Clotheslines, flings Shady against the ring. Suplex on Douglas Stout for for a 2 count until Shady Chris breaks it up. After a big frog splash, Kevin Storm gets the pin on Douglas Stout. Friend of the show, Travesty. Definitely a crowd favorite. He had people lining up for his shirts and autographs. Josh Morris with a preemptive hug it out so that he could put Travesty in an armbar, but it's not working. Travesty just tossed him aside. Logan Myers up on the top for a big frog splash right on top of Travesty. Travesty does the cane fake, reached up to choke Logan Myers. Myers is already out of it though. Myers went up for another jump off the corner turnbuckle, but Travesty caught him in the midsection on his way down. And Travesty is going to charge from the other side of the ring. Big body splash. Myers got his foot up on the ropes for a 2 at the 2 count.
Michael, sit down.
And after that choke slam, Travesty gets the win. He's got a whole cheering section in one corner. I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people wearing Travesty shirts. Maybe even more than that. And Travesty reaches into a bag and pulls out wads of cooked spaghetti. Your guess is as good as mine. That was Logan Myers staggering into the table. on his way to the back.
First coming to the ring is the birthday boy himself. Hailing from Chicago, Illinois, weighing in at 400 pounds. He is Mr. 1.6 million views on TikTok. The real Mr. RCW. The Master God. 220 days, 29 days reigning. Epic, brutal, and came to Northern Indiana. RCW Heavyweight Champion, Mr. Brutus Dillon.
And it's finally time for the main event. Four-way match for the RCW Heavyweight Championship. Brutus Dillon's the first one to the ring.
273 pounds. He is the Lost Cause, Anthony Lee. Third challenger, fighting out of Indianapolis, Indiana, weighing 270 pounds. He's a Midwest mastodon, RCW Hall of Famer, Drew Still.
All right, the first three entrants, Drew Skills, Anthony Lee, and Brutus Dillon are in the ring. Now we're waiting to find out who is the mystery entrant in the number 4 spot that Kevin Storm mentioned before. Kevin Storm is out to the ring, grabbed a microphone. Now, he was already in a match, but that doesn't stop him.
But it's not Kevin Storm.
Well, okay, not Kevin Storm. That was my first guess. Theo Storm's already been in a match. But that doesn't really stop him.
I give to you the fourth member of this fatal four-way for the RCW Heavyweight title, the Prince of Northern Indiana, Theo Storm!
Yeah, so Theo Storm making his second appearance. With a birthday cone on his head. Oh, he just threw it away. Based on the reaction when he came out, I'm thinking that I'm supposed to cheer for Drew Skills, but that's way too awkward. He's mean to him. The bell rang, nobody's doing anything. Because Brutus Dillon was trying to convince Anthony Lee to work with him while they were chatting. Drew Skills and Theo Storm moved in for the attack. Now Skills and Dillon are on the outside of the ring. Storm and Lee are on the inside. I can tell this is going to be chaos. Theo Storm just took the birthday boy out with a springboard stunner. Now he's trying to take down Drew Skills. I'm guessing that taking out two big men in a row is asking a bit much. And that would be the case as Drew Skills plants him and rolls him out of the ring. But then Anthony Lee comes in and clobbers Drew Skills. Recovery by Brutus Dillon. Big slam of Anthony Lee, which made the middle of the ring go down and up like 2 feet. And that's it for Brutus Dillon. I mean, that's it for the match. Brutus Dillon is the winner. And he retains his heavyweight championship. And after 3 hours and a little bit of change, that brings to a close Brutus Dillon's birthday bash here at the Goodson Event Center in South Bend, Indiana. Revolution Championship Wrestling is hosting the event. Delayed audio coverage brought to you by the Northwest Indiana Wrestling Action Program. WVLP 103.1 FM in Valparaiso. You can hear all the noise in the ring where Anthony Lee was still trying to have a skirmish with Brutus Dillon. And looks like Brutus's goons have come in to make him back off. And now they're taking care of Theo Storm. Next RCW show is here at the Goodson Event Center on April 9th. Check out their Facebook page. They have a Patreon for early access. Everybody from the back has now come out to join in the fracas. I like being able to use that word in a sentence. And now people are fighting uncomfortably close to my table, so I'm going to pipe this down just in case.
With me, my damn music.